Started off doing fences and decks and things, but a lot more into the retaining walls now. Previous, you had to drill the hole and then wind it in, wind the coach screw in with the spanner. It can take a few minutes each one, and with the SPAX screws, just put it on the drill and wound them in. There was probably about 1,200 odd screws or more in this job. So if you had to drill every one and then wind it in with the spanner, hours. I have used a lot of small stainless steel countersunk screws for different jobs and things, but the heads break off, or the drive and the screw head strips out. And but with the SPAX, just the quality, it's all there and they work. They don't split the timber. They are a little bit extra. It's worth it. Just to get something that does the job, and to be able to get the range. Just the range, you can get a screw the length or diameter to do what you want to do. That's why I carry a big stock in the car. I can do anything. And I use them everywhere I can because they're great. I've tried lots of other stainless screws for decks, just none of them work, whereas the SPAX ones actually did work, pulled all the deck treads down tight and looked good at the end of it. And then if you had to pull it up for any reason, we could undo them, and they didn't split the timber as we were pulling them out, and put them back in again. And yeah, they just work. That's all there is to it. They just work and work well. The galvanised bolts and coach screws I've used in the past, they do react with the treatments in the timber, and the galvanising does get eaten away, but the Delta Seal coating on the SPAX screws doesn't react, and they do last. Screws I've pulled out months, a year or two later after being used in treated timber are fine. Put them back in and use them again. But with galvanised bolts or coach screws, 6 months you can pull them out and you can see there's been a reaction, and they're on their way to being eaten away. Everything has to be in stainless steel this close to the sea. So the original engineer's specs called for 10mm coach screws in stainless steel, 3 per board or 3 per connection, and it was just going to take forever to put that many screws, and the cost would have been horrendous. We got the engineer to visit the SPAX website and went through the calculations that are there, and he came back and said we can get away with 2 8mm screws, 160 long, end of story, done. Council said, oh okay, and everything was signed off. They looked really good, and the owner was just over the moon when we finished the job. Just try it. They'll soon be hooked. Other screws that I have used in the past, especially the stainless ones, they seem to be so soft, the heads just strip out or break off. But with the SPAX, there's never ever been a problem, and I've used thousands of SPAX screws now. Actually, the only thing that I have found, right, is they can't count. There's always extra screws in the box, which is great.